Well, hi. You're looking at the Chronicles of a Social Worker, and I thought I'd start this blog because I am a social worker, and doing my work as a social worker, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I've seen so many various things transpire in the lives of children and families, and you will be amazed. Also, you'll be amazed at the politics of social work. Um, and I'd like to just point out that I am a professional social worker in this field. Often, many people call themselves social workers, and they're not, which can basically be identified by how they practice. Social workers are very empathic people. We're passionate and we're caring, and we believe in advocacy and justice, and we don't have a problem with standing up for what we believe. And so, anyway, I just like to start out just by introducing myself. I work in child protection services. It's my passion. Um, I started this late in life. I raised my own children, and I used to be in the military. I served the United States Air Force for 11 years. And one day, I took my child to the hospital, and I saw a poster. Took him to Womack Army Hospital, as a matter of fact. And there was a poster up, and this probably was like, I would say, 87, 88. And on the poster, there was a little teddy bear. And he had a tear trickling down his eye. And under the caption under that poster said, "It shouldn't hurt to be a child." So that's the premise behind the work that I do. I really feel that it should not hurt to be a child. I feel that a child should not grow up and say, "It hurt," because children don't ask to come in the world. Adults bring them here by their own doings, or be it planned, unplanned, or however. I think that as adults we must protect children. Not only that, I think we must educate their parents. But I'm a strong believer that while we're educating their parents, they don't necessarily have to be in the home. So, in a lot of instances, they are maintained in the home when social workers are going out making home visits and so forth. But social workers can't be in the home 24 hours. And the thing that I've noticed in child protection services is that you don't have to have a social work degree, which I'm quite bothered by, because a lot of times you have people in this profession, they have math degrees. Tell me about their theory and their practice. They have English degrees. I'm really bothered by the fact that these people are allowed. I mean, I'm quite sure they're good people, and some of them mean well, but then some of them don't, because they don't understand the theory and the practice. As social workers, we're no different than the doctors. I mean, you can't go around calling yourself a doctor if you haven't went to medical school, had an internship. Social workers, we do have an internship. We have practice and we have theory. So I really wish that states would regulate everyone being called social workers who are not degreed. Social workers are professionals. And the fact that it's not being regulated, especially in North Carolina, um, and in child protection services, once again, like I said, you have people with various degrees being called social workers, and a lot of times causing harms, and degreed social workers are bearing the brunt of that blame when mistakes are made by incompetent people. Also, you have the supervisors are incompetent. I really believe that it should be mandatory that if you're a social work supervisor that you either have a master's degree in social work or you have a bachelor's degree in social work. However, you should have a social work degree. I don't feel that just having a human service degree is appropriate. The reason I say that is because think about criminal justice. I mean, a criminal justice major is not going to engage a family in crisis the same way that a degree social worker would. We're going to be empathetic. We're going to look at the systems. We're going to look at the whole environment and how it affected that child, or how that family is affected during that crisis. So I really, that's my big concern. I think that they need to be called case managers. You know, also I think the salaries need to be increased. I think something needs to be done about the caseloads. Social workers are really overworked and they're burdened down. The state has great policies, and I understand the policies of the state in North Carolina. However, when you get to the various counties, they create policy on top of policy, therefore burden the system, burden it, overloading the social workers, creating what they call best practice when the manual already states what's best practice. Why would you create a policy over top of a policy? It's just like the Constitution. You know, it's broad. We are rewriting the Constitution. So why do you rewrite policy, therefore creating more work on the social workers, burdening them, causing some of them to do shortcuts, you know? But however, I just want to introduce myself. I'll be coming back, and I just want to talk about the things that social workers encounter. I want to talk about the families that are in crisis. I want to talk about the need for help for families. And I really want to make you aware that not all social workers who are called social workers are degreed professional social workers. I'm proud of the profession that I'm in, and I'm proud to serve. And I think that's all I have to say. I'll be back, signing on soon. The Chronicles of a Social Worker, Me for Kids.